Welcome everyone back to Ark Survival Evolved. In today's video we are back on the Ragnarok DLC, as I'm sure you guys can tell, and for those of you that do not know, they actually updated Ragnarok. They added like a whole new expansion now to the actual map. If we look at our map here, you'll see basically the southwest corner has basically been done. And I thought today I would go around and show you guys some different possible good base locations that I found while exploring this new section of the map. Now our first location is going to be these islands. I'm going to combine both these islands into one because you can really pick and choose, and I feel like this would be a great spot for a smaller tribe to kind of stay off the radar for a little bit while they get built up. Now there is actually like no good resources out here when it comes to metal and stuff like that I found. There might be some underwater, but not actually on land. But as you can see, this island does have natural ruins, and it has this little crop field as well. And you can see it's pretty hilly. So it'd be this would definitely be more of a pillar base area unless you build right here in the center. You could probably build something pretty flat right here. And this island alone would be good just because you could easily defend this island with a small group of people. Your only issue is you're gonna have some problems getting resources. That will be a big issue. But if you think you can handle that and get your tames and resources out here, this would be a great spot. And same with this island over here as well. You can see this island is actually a lot more flat, a lot bigger. I'd probably build right here, possibly. I'm not quite sure. This is the only spot that has like the natural cliff on it, but it doesn't look that flat either. And there's like this really big hole right here, and I have no idea what this is going to be. This might be like some boss arena in the future, but right now there's nothing down there that I could tell. I swam down there, I saw nothing, so I'm not sure what that's going to be, but just basically just a big hole at the moment with water in it. The only issue about building your bases out here on these islands is people could raft glitch them really easily. But again, if you build up like on the cliff right there, that first or the second spot I showed you, then you should be okay. So this is our first base location. Again, it's kind of clustered with all the islands. I just thought I'd share those with you guys because I think that'd be a really good spot for smaller tribes to try to hide out on servers while they're trying to get built up a little bit. Now our next location, guys, is actually over here on this other island, which is actually like it's like the Scorched Earth add-on, basically, is all this next part is. You're going to see a lot of Scorched Earth dinos over here. Not wyverns, though. I didn't see any wyverns over here, but you're going to see your thorny dragons. You're going to see everything you'd see from Scorched Earth. Now here's our first spot, guys. At this Scorched Earth island is this pillar right here. You can see that pillar would be a very good spot for a good pillar base. And then you just have like the natural cliff. There's only a few ways to get up here on foot, actually. I don't know if Brontos can get up here. I haven't seen one yet. But you have the natural cliff. You can keep your tames underneath the pillar, obviously. And it looks like the only way Brontos can really get up, or something that could try to tank the tower, would be right there. That entranceway right there, and maybe right there as well. Now our next spot is actually still on the Scorched Earth Island, and I'm sure you guys can see where I'm going right now. This spot is going to be amazing. You can see I don't see any metal resources up here or anything like that, but check out this spot, guys. This spot is so broken. You have that little bridge right there that you have to cross. You basically can build right here, which is pretty flat, and it slopes down, which means people can't, if people have movement speed, they can't jump into your stuff. Always a plus. And then you also have this spot over here as well. So you not only can you have one spot for a base, you can actually have two, and you can have a pillar base. This spot is probably the most broken spot I've seen so far when it comes to a base design for this map, because like a lot of people like to build on pillars and stuff. Now imagine building out here, let alone on an island on a pillar, and you know Brontos aren't walking up here. They're not walking. I mean, yeah, it's pretty low to the ground, but still, nothing's gonna be able to walk across this. Maybe a Rex, maybe if you're lucky. I don't even know. A Bronto could walk up right there, maybe, but I'd be surprised to see it walk across these bridges. Now, if it was me, I would definitely build my base probably right here. And then there are some metal nodes, but I'd build my base right here, and then I'd probably put my dino pen over here and put something right there on that pillar. Maybe a big tower or something like that. Plus you have this back here to work with as well. It's just another little pillar design. Again, it's very flat. You could build up here as well. I don't know why these are stacked on top of each other like this, but if a big tribe came and took this spot, I don't think they could be raided. It'd be very hard to raid them because they're clustered on top of each other. You'd be basically going into a choke point. Now those are all the spots that I thought would be good for base building PvP builds. So let's move now inland and go and check out the actual island itself. Okay guys, so here is our next location. As you can see, it's extremely flat. I almost feel like it's underdeveloped, like they just like skipped this part, or maybe it's meant to be open. Except I don't think so, because there's like floating metal nodes, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this spot in the future, but for now, from the time of this video, this would be a good base spot, because there's nothing here to clear. It's already flat. There's not many ways to get up here at all, as you can see, and you're right on the water, so you have water access. I'm sure out in the ocean there, I'm sure there's pearls, and I'm sure there's oil and metal nodes underwater. I have not been underwater yet, so I have no idea what's down there. And again, you have a lot of room to work with, like a lot. And I think this seems pretty flat, at least does to me. As you can see, we got our foundation down here. I mean, it looks pretty flat to me. You could definitely build something big here. It'd be very easy to block off so people can't snipe your tames. And I don't think it'd be easy to raid at all. I don't know how you'd get big tames up here to soak, especially with the new turret update. I mean, the only way up that I can see is right there for Brontos. They might be able to squeeze right there too, but I'm not exactly sure. But the best part is no one can raft glitch you, especially with how close you are to the water. That's like the main thing, I think. So when it comes to like resource-wise, this is probably one of the better base locations that I've found so far while exploring this new area. Again, just because we have no idea what's out in that water yet. You guys might, but I don't. But I'm just assuming there's going to be a bunch of metal nodes out there and stuff, because that's basically what's around the rest of the map. Most of the metals are underwater, along with the crystal and everything like that. So let's move on to our next location. So guys, here's the next location, not too far from the last one. Last one's right there. But here we go. You can see it's up on a cliff. It's very small though. This would be for me for a smaller tribe, or if you just want a really compact base. I don't know exactly where you would keep your tames, but I think this base spot would be really hard to raid just because you could really make it compact, and there's only one way up here. It's this little path right there, a little narrow path. Right there. Again, even though the base spot is really, really small, I'm sure you can manage to put your tames somewhere, and honestly, you could probably just keep them down here in front of your base. It just make it even that much harder for people to raid you. Now, these base locations I'm sharing, these are not based off where resources are on this map. This map, the resources are very scarce, they're scattered all over the place, and if you guys have played this map, you know that. I'm just showing you possible ideas for good base locations for PvP. Even though that might be small for you, that spot I just showed right there, that might not work for you. You might think that's an awful base location. For someone else, they're gonna think that's an amazing spot based off their tribe size and how they like to build. Now there is this spot right here. I don't think it's a good spot to build though, but I thought I'd just kind of show it really quickly as I'm going to the next location. There's only one way up here, and you can basically just make a bunch of like walls or waves of stuff to get through to get to the base, but it's very hilly. There's not much to work with there. It'd probably have to be a pillar base if you were to build there. But I thought I'd mention it really quickly while I'm heading to the next location. Okay, here is our next location. Now this location, guys, will definitely change. I don't know how it will be in the future, but as of now, before the next update to this map that adds the rest of the expansion, I think this spot is unraidable in a sense. I mean, check this out. There's only one way to get up here with flyers. Yeah, you can walk across that bridge right there. That's the only way to get up here from land, though, is from that bridge, which goes all the way back there. But this spot, to me, I think is basically unraidable right now. If someone was to build here, I don't think you'd be able to raid it, especially with the new turret update. I think it'd be extremely hard to do. I shouldn't say unraidable, because every base is raidable. But this would not be an easy raid at all. And even if you made a few turrets up here, it would not be easy whatsoever. Now, it's not the flattest piece of land. Obviously, I'd probably build my base right there, right on top of the bridge, basically, in this flat area, and then have your dinos and tames going down the cliff as you go. But, I mean, location-wise, this is pretty prime. You're up on a huge, huge cliff, and since the barrier wall is right there, like I said, you're basically unraidable unless someone goes behind the barrier. I just don't see how... I mean, yeah, you could tank across the bridge with Brontos and stuff. I just think it'd be extremely hard to raid this area. Now, in the future, this base spot's probably not going to be prime like it is right now, so I would definitely take advantage of this while you can before they extend the map. So for those of you playing on unofficials right now, I'd definitely check out that spot. So let's move on to our next one. So for those of you that like building in caves, here is our next little area. Now, this cave, I don't know how buildable it would be, but I know someone could do something really crazy in here. This might be more for a PvE area, but it's up to you guys. I thought I'd just show it because it's actually a really awesome cave. I really like the different levels of the water and the little waterfalls and stuff like that. And I do know a lot of you guys like building in caves as well. This is the only cave that I was able to find with the new expansion. And it's pretty flat. I mean, you could build a decent base right here in the center. But again, this probably wouldn't be the best area for PvP bases. But for PvE, you could do something really awesome in here. So here is our last base location right here, as you guys can see. Now, there is some rocks that cannot be destroyed, like that one right there in front of us. And that one to the left right there. Those colored rocks you cannot destroy. But you could easily build a decent base right there in the center. And again, I don't see many ways up here. Right? There's like the one path right there that's really small. I don't think a Bronto could fit through at all. And there's that right there, but that doesn't really look like a path to me. It kind of looks like a big pain in the butt to get up there. So really, there's really only the one path that dinos can even get up here with. So I thought I'd share this spot as well. This actually might be the best base location so far. So this spot is pretty broken when it comes to PvP, because I just don't know how you'd get tames up here to raid with. Like I said, I don't think Brontos can fit through there. Maybe they can, but if not, this spot is going to be pretty OP, because even with those being the only two paths up here, you can put a turret tower right there, and it'll just block off both entrances. Now, obviously, you have to do something about those edges right there. Those rocks almost touch, because people could jump those. But with turrets up, no one's going to be doing anything. Like, this is a great base location. So anyway, guys, hopefully you found today's video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button for me, and also subscribe for more content. It really helps me out a lot, and keeps me motivated when you guys do that for me. If you guys think I missed any spots, let me know down below in the comment section and leave the coordinates, and we will pin them so you guys, other people can check them out. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video.